Another fairly silly problem with parking charge notices that you might receive on a car park is how many times you go in and how many times you go out, and whether you went out at all. So welcome back, I'm the Black Belt Barrister, helping you to understand law. So if you've ever been to a private car park which is privately managed and they've got ANPR, which is automatic number plate recognition cameras on the entrance and the exits to the car park, they are going to track when you come in and they're going to track when you go out. Or are they? Because that is the latest thing being reported at the moment, in that one person has been counted going into a car park 3 or 4 times, having never left. And therefore, at the time that they did leave, they were given a parking charge notice for overstaying their welcome for the amount of time that they'd paid for. The obvious problem here is it obviously didn't account for how many times they left the car park in the interim. If they went in 5 times, clearly they would have left 5 times, else they'd still be there. But in this particular situation, they hadn't accounted for when they had left. So in other words, the cameras just simply didn't pick them up when they were leaving the car park, and when it eventually did pick them up leaving the car park, it must have attributed it to one of the earlier times of entering the car park, and therefore issued them a parking charge notice. Now, a parking charge notice is the equivalent of an invoice from a private company. It's not a fine that you would get from the local council. So it is open to dispute and appeal. Although if you do dispute it and you do appeal it, you had better really believe that you are right and find some kind of evidence to back you up, because otherwise the fees and the charges can elevate fairly quickly. You can find yourself in court, and you can find yourself having to pay a lot more than you would have paid in the first place had you not challenged the charge. However, in situations like this, where it's quite clear that the evidence shows that the cameras simply didn't pick you up leaving the car park and only left it 2 or 3 times when you'd clearly entered it 5, 6, 7 or 8 times, there's obviously a problem with the evidence. This is why it yet again comes back to the evidence in the case. You'll remember from many of my videos I always say that the evidence is everything, both for you and for them. They will need to show significant evidence that you need to pay this charge, whereas you can perhaps use the same evidence in your favour to show on the balance of probabilities that this is just quite ridiculous and you shouldn't have to pay this charge at all, because there's no way that they can show that you were overstaying your welcome in the car park. So the next time you get one of these charges, these parking charge notices, do look very carefully at your diary, timescale and everything else. I know it's a pain to keep track of where you go and for how long you stay there, but it can save you a lot of heartache by keeping track of these things. And if you know absolutely that you are in the right, you can demand to see the evidence, and if the evidence is in your favour, you can put up a very good appeal and challenge, and if you absolutely must, you can fight it off in court. The only way they can enforce the charge against you is if they take you to court, they get a judgment, and then they go to bailiffs because they've got a judgment to enforce in the first place. But if you really do want to challenge it in court, you'd better be right, otherwise you will end up paying more than you were going to pay in the first place. But as I say, it always comes down to evidence, so as I say, keep a track of where you go and how long you stay there, and try to keep a note of any of the tickets and the payments and the receipts, or the machine if it doesn't take your money, or all these kind of things. Each of these are going to help you fight any one of these tickets and ultimately save you money. So please share this with someone that might find it interesting, and as always, thank you for watching.